Hey guys, so today in this video I'm going to be talking to you about bilateral hip hinge variations. Bilateral is that little term that I like to use to basically signify that you are symmetrical from side to side if you're looking straight on at a person and you draw a line straight down their body. So on this first variation of a hip hinge, I'm using a PVC pipe along my spine. The pipe isn't heavy at all, it weighs a couple ounces. And it's really just helping me organize my spine in a straight fashion. You'll be able to see it a little bit better here. And I'm trying to reach my hips straight back and keep my back straight. This basically creates a fulcrum at the hips and allows your glutes to develop and become really strong, along with your hamstrings, and it keeps your spinal musculature really strong and healthy as well, as long as you're doing it correctly and not overdoing the exercise with too much volume or too much weight. For a lot of people, they can stay in this kind of exercise with minimal weight for a long period of time and see a ton of benefit from it. Really, it's just teaching your hamstrings to lengthen while your chest is coming forward and your spine isn't flexing in any way, which just means that it's rounding. And you also don't want it to be overly arched either, because that can put significant strain on your vertebrae, and in some cases, in serious cases, cause stress fractures in the vertebrae. In less serious cases, just cause tightness and discomfort of the back. So basically, you just want the spine to maintain its normal curvature as it's going up and down. So you can see at about my shoulders, there's still a slight flexion or a slight rounding going on as it approaches my neck. My neck tries to stay neutral for the most part. I'm actually looking up a little bit and extending my cervical spine a little bit when I go down, but it's not a big deal. And my lower back is staying basically neutral, going into some slight extension at the bottom, which is no big deal. So all these different variations you're seeing, there's one common theme, and that theme is that I'm maintaining pressure towards my heels the entire time. And as I push my hips back, I'm shifting my weight back into my heels. I'm feeling my hamstrings lengthen and stretch slightly. And as I pull back up, I'm trying to use my hips and my hamstrings to do so while maintaining a neutral spine and staying strong in my upper body. Sometimes on these exercises, people get a little bit too focused on what's going on in their lower half. They turn off their upper half, not turn off, I guess that's a bad term, but they sort of relax a little bit more than they should with their arms and upper body. And they end up rounding their upper back, or they just don't really maintain good posture as a result of that. So make sure you're active throughout your entire body. Typically in this exercise as well, people might get a little bit of their knees coming inward, or knee valgus as it's called, and we want to make sure that you're pushing your knees apart and maintaining some outward foot pressure as you're moving up and down. So basically we're moving from easiest variations to more difficult variations as we go on. RDLing with a barbell, as you saw there, is basically one of the more difficult variations, and one of the hardest variations, at least in a bilateral context, to do is a good morning, where the bar is on your back like a back squat, and then you're pushing your hips back at the wall. But you can see the bar or the weight that we're using may change position, but my lower half is always acting the same way. It's always trying to reach straight back. I'm maintaining a straight spine, and the loads that you're able to use on the bar are going to change, or in the dumbbells are going to change based on the different exercises. Like a good morning is typically the lightest of all the variations you've seen, but that doesn't mean that it's any less stressful. It just means that the way that we're loading your body is slightly different. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you'd like to. If you found it not helpful, then feel free to thumbs it down and let me know in the comments. Thanks guys, have a good one.